Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today we are going to recreate this text lift interactive animation inside Framer. Framer is becoming one of my favorite tools because it really feels like you are designing in a design tool, except you end up with a production-ready working website. Let's learn how to build this effect in Framer, who is also the sponsor of today's video. Alright, let's get started. So here we have our starter file with all of these components ready to go. We'll begin with one letter, which is this one right here. We will pick a single letter S. Let's convert this into a component by right-clicking, then selecting Create Component. We'll call it Text Lift, and basically just change this to one letter. What we'll do is affect one letter and then duplicate it for the other letters. So let's make this fit content, just like that. And let's change the font to something more rounded. We'll use this one. Okay, now let's wrap this in some kind of a stack. You can do that by pressing Ctrl-Alt-Enter, just like that. Let's make this fit content as well. Now let's duplicate this element and call this copy ghost, and I'll tell you why in a second. Basically, I want to maintain the size of this stack while also having the ability to move the element absolutely. But if I convert this element to absolute positioning, the sizing will collapse. Let me hide this ghost for now and convert this to an absolute position. As you can see, both the height and width of this stack have collapsed because the absolute element has been taken out of the document flow. So all we need is a ghost element, and we call it ghost because it will have zero opacity. Its only purpose is to maintain the size of this text. So now we have this S, and let's duplicate it multiple times. First, let's change the color of this one to foreground. The color we're using is this one right here. Now let's increase the Z index of this layer since it will be in front, and let's also add a stroke to it. And yes, it's a black stroke. So now we have this one. Let's duplicate it once more and change the color to black. Alright, and let's decrease the Z index to 1. Now let's move this 1 pixel to the left and 1 pixel to the bottom. To do that, we go in here and decrease the value of left and the bottom, then increase right and top, just like that. Now let's duplicate it and do the same thing. Each time we add and remove 1 extra pixel to create the lift effect. Let's repeat this multiple times. As you can see, it's a very simple process. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's add an 8th one. And there we go. But this is overflowing, so let's make overflow visible on the main stack element and also on the main variant one here. Now we have this letter with the thick text lifting effect. There's no animation yet, but let's duplicate this stack one more time. Now we have this, and let's change the letter to T. So yes, now we have both of these letters. Let's set the gap between them to 8, just like that. From here you can create the text flow and repeat this effect for the rest of the letters. Alright, let's get started with the animation. All we need to do is create a variant from this. Going to the first letter S will basically lift it by 8 pixels. So we go in here and decrease this by 8, then increase this by 8. We'll do the same for each layer but -1 each time. So this one shifts by 7, this by 6, this by 5, this by 4, this by 3, and this by 2. Go ahead and apply these positionings to all of them. We'll leave this last one as is. So now we have this thick text lifting effect. Let's also lift the letter beside this one a little bit to make it feel more alive. So this one, let's move it by 2, 1, 2, and let's move the next layer by 1, just like that. Now we want to transition from here to here when we hover over this S. So let's go to the primary component, select this S stack, and add a new transition on mouse enter. Let's call this variant S. We'll set the variant on hover to S, and on mouse leave we'll return to the primary variant, which is this one. Let's give this a try. And yes, as you can see, we have this effect working. Now let's just adjust the transition timing. Let's increase this to 0.8 and make this around 0.3. Now let's hover over it. Yes, perfect. So all you need to do now is repeat this same process for the rest of the letters. I'll go ahead and do that and get back to you. Alright, so I'm back. As you can see, I went ahead and repeated the same process we did for the first two letters across all the remaining letters. Now, one thing to watch out for when you're doing this, if you select an effect for a letter in the middle, like the T here, make sure you lift the layers of the letters on either side by 1 or 2 pixels. So I've shifted this one up by 1 or 2 pixels, and the same for this one. It's the same thing we did for the T letter when we were working on the S letter earlier. And as you can see, I've renamed each of these layers just to make connecting the interactions easier. So here, when you hover over S, it goes to the S interaction. And when you hover over T, it goes to the T interaction. But whenever you leave any letter, it always goes back to the first one, the original primary state. So let's give this a try. Alright, so all you need to do is repeat the same process we did for the first two letters across the rest of them. And that's it. So yeah, this is the effect we've created. And that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one.